Hey everyone, welcome back to Simply Blessed Crafts. If you are in the mood for some Halloween DIYs and you like stuff on a budget and you like some flip or thrift flips, then you come to the right channel. So, let's get into those DIYs. DIY number 1. So, this one here, guys, I got this. You can use pool noodles as well, but this one is actually from our local hardware store that we have up here in Minnesota. It's actually for to wrap around pipes in the wintertime so your pipes don't freeze. But it comes in the black, so, and it's very cheap. This stuff is, there's only like 29 cents a piece, so it's very, very cheap. So anyway, I'm just cutting it down and I'm kind of staggering it. You can kind of see what I was doing there. If you haven't guessed, guys, we're going to make candles out of these. So I got a bunch of these tea lights candles and I painted them black from Dollar Tree. And I am just gluing these together. I started with the 2 middle ones first because they're basically the same size. And guys, I used a ton, and I mean a ton of glue on this project. Not only to get these to stick, because they are styrofoam and they do melt. And I was okay with that. I just kept loading it up and pushing it down, trying to get it to stick. And yeah, I was even blowing on it to try to cool the glue a little bit. And it does, they do kind of expand a little bit and the glue kind of pulls apart. But I knew all of that was going to get covered up later, so. You can kind of see in the front when I was talking about it, kind of pulls it apart and stuff, but. And this is kind of what it looks like after they're all glued together. And I grabbed one of these. I actually think these came from Michael's, but you can get them at Hobby Lobby, and you can also get these at Dollar Tree sometimes. But I just peeled off the sticker, and I took off the little hanger thing, and yeah. Now, if I would have been smart, I would have painted that base black before I got started with what I was doing, but of course I didn't do that. So learn from me, learn from my mistakes, and paint it before you start doing what you're doing right here, what I'm doing right here. But basically all I'm doing now is grabbing my glue gun and going all the way around as much as I can possibly, and just making some drips. And like I said, I use a ton of hot glue because you want it to be kind of a thicker look. So, and I'm going all the way down. I'm kind of making long drips and short drips, and yeah. I'm even putting some on the base, which is why I said it'd be easier to paint it first. I'm just kind of playing around with it too, guys. I mean, you make I mean, you do the way you want it to look. I mean, and I also had a little hard time with some of these candles because, of course, you're gluing down the candles. They're sitting on top of these little things. But you're also gluing the candles down by doing the drips. So I had to pull them up a little bit, not all the way, but a little bit, to be able to click them on and off when I wanted them to be on. One of them I actually take completely off. You'll kind of see it in a minute. There must be a short or something in the light. It's not hooked up right or something because it's not working, which is normal from Dollar Tree. It's kind of like a hit and miss thing, but I need to get another one. So it kind of starts working after a while, and then I'll put it back on. But just so you guys know, you'll kind of start seeing it in the background when I do it. I didn't know I put all of this in here, guys. I apologize. I should have cut some of this out, but so this is kind of what it looks like now, and you can kind of see it's flashing. It's on over there now, but it wasn't on before. See, it kind of goes out and out and in. But so basically, what I'm doing is I'm just going along the glue, and I paint the base. Like I said, it's out of the camera, but basically, I'm just painting everything to look black, so it looks like the black candles. But yeah, so I'm just basically going around and just painting everything. All the paint. Oh my goodness, guys, I cannot talk. Every time. Anyway. I'm just painting all the glue strands and everything like that in between where they were kind of having problems sticking. I was painting those too. And then I grab a bundle of these Dollar Tree flowers. I used everything. I mean, all of the sprigs, all of the leaves, everything, except for the little eyeball. I took the eyeball out. And I didn't put a whole lot on here. I wanted the candles to be the center of attention. But I did put one little skeleton in front and glued him down. And then after I realized I did all of this, I realized that, you know, if you want it to be realistic, the skeleton needs to have some glue dripping on him too, since he's sitting down there. So I end up doing that as well. But I'm just kind of going all the way around to kind of fill out the empty spots in the little base that I have on here. So I ended up grabbing some antique wax, and I just go over the skeleton a little bit, give him a dirty, weathered look, like he's been sitting there and he's been part of these candles for many, many ages. And I did get a wet wipe and wipe him off a little bit. And this skeleton came from Dollar Tree as well, guys. I mean, everything here is either from Dollar Tree. I'm not exactly sure about the base there. But you can get everything from Dollar Tree. Or at least pretty much everything from Dollar Tree. So here I'm just kind of staggering some glue on the little skeleton guy. It looks like the candles dripped on top of him. And then I'll have to go back in and paint that as well. And here's what it looks like. All done up, guys. You'll see it better in the vinyl reveal. Excuse me. DIY number 2. So this is some of the brown craft paint. Oh my gosh, guys. Craft paper from Dollar Tree. These are 3 books that I got from Dollar Tree. And I'm just basically covering them up. I actually do like the colors of these books. And I think they'd go really good for fall. So that's the reason why I didn't just paint them. But you can just paint the books if you prefer. But a lot of them are, I got a black, and then there's kind of a yellow and a black, and then there's a gold, which I really like. So I didn't, like I said, I didn't hassle with all that. I wanted to keep them the same color. But here I'm just taping around each side just to cover it. And then I grab a scissors, and I'm just cutting around the edges. Now, I know that some of the edges do show, so you kind of do see the main or the other colors on the sides and stuff. And I wasn't too picky about that, because usually when you see a book stack, you usually see the front of them where the words and stuff are. So I left it. And I did cover all three books. I did not cover the middle book completely, just the binding of it. And yeah. Here I'm just drying it with my heat gun, trying to make the process go a little bit faster. I could have probably cut this out. So after I get this stack of books all dry, at least I hope so. I don't know why I didn't cut this out, guys. I apologize. I'm not even sure what I'm doing. Oh, I might be doing my Cricut. But that's what I was doing. But I grabbed some of this white rope. I got this from Walmart. But you can use any kind of rope. You can even use the nautical rope and stuff. And I do a crisscross like thing. Just so it sits a little bit nicer. Otherwise, it kind of sits on an angle because of the rope is a little bit thick. So I just tie a little knot on top. And then I fray the edges a little bit. Kind of make it look a little bit neater. And then on my Cricut, I printed out the Ghost Guide to Haunting. So here I'm just gonna put those out here. So I put the Ghost on the first book, and then Guide on the second book, and then To Haunting on the third book. And I actually had one of my subscribers tell me that sometimes it's easier to get your vinyl to pull up when you rub the back of it. And I did see that it helped a little bit, so I appreciate your comment. Thank you for the advice. Okay, so once I get that done, I grabbed this sunflower. It was kind of a little more fall-y for my taste, but I figured I'd add a spider to it, and it made it better. I liked that it was orange. So I glued the sunflower down, and then I just grabbed one of these spiders. The spiders I got from Party City. And they're actually fuzzy, so it was kind of cool. Biscuit, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hi, yours. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi. Hi, baby. Had to show you guys the new addition to our family. That's Biscuit. She's my little baby girl. DIY number 3. So I grabbed one of these candlesticks. Ugh, drawing a blank here. From Dollar Tree. And I actually just got this stuff. It is a Dixie Belle Slick Stick. And I am absolutely in love with this stuff. I mean, granted, you usually have to put 2 or 3 coats on something like this anyway. But this is just so nice because you do only have to paint the 1 coat of the primer and then the 1 coat of whatever color you're painting it. And it turns out so nice, guys. I highly recommend this brand of Slick Stick. I didn't even know that there was such a thing until I saw it on other DIYers, and I decided I was going to try it. So I looked up Dixie Belle and found it and did it. But anyway, paint the whole thing black, and then I grabbed some of these skulls. These skulls came from Michaels. Everything that Michaels is 40% off right now in Halloween, so. And then once I glued that down on my candlestick, I wanted to dirty it up a little bit. So I grabbed some of the antique wax, and I am just covering the entire thing. I'm basically wanting to get in every single one of those little details, like all the ones on his teeth and around his jawbone, inside his eyes, his nose, everything that you can. Because when you wipe it off with the baby wipe, it leaves those little indentions, the brown, so it makes it look a little bit older and worn and dingy. It kind of makes it look more realistic, to my opinion. So I'm sure you guys have seen this before on my channel with the skulls, but I really liked the look of it. So his head actually got a little too white, but it worked out. So I was first going to use some scrapbook paper, and I cut it out and all that, but I forgot that I had the little decal butterflies, the wall decal butterflies from Dollar Tree. You can kind of see that I have the scrapbook paper laying down there on the table, the little butterflies, but I forgot I had these, and they've been sitting in my stash forever. So I just grabbed one of these little butterflies and I just put it right on the side of his head. And I thought it looked very similar to the stuff that I've seen in Michaels, and they kind of are going for this love look for the skulls and stuff in Michaels and stuff right now, and I kind of thought they looked pretty. And for some reason my camera shut off, but the only thing that you missed is me gluing a couple of red flowers down to the base of it. And that's it, guys. Here's the final reveal. I am also going to do a calendar drawing. So anybody that is interested, please put a ghost emoji down in the description, or in the comments, and or put ghost in parentheses so I know that you guys want to do calendars. I've had bad luck. Nobody's been seeming to get back to me with their email and stuff. So if you guys have any suggestions, that's great, but let's try this out. But anyway, it's the final reveal, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm going to try my darndest to get more up for you on a decent, regular basis. But now that I got a new puppy, it is going to be difficult. She has been taking all of our time. So you're going to have to bear with us, please. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Memorial weekend. And God bless. Don't forget to leave your little ghost emoji. Rules are you have to be subscribed and you have to be from the United States. Sorry, but that's just the way it's going to be. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Till next time. Bye.